Hi, my name is Jennifer Kerhin. I'm the CEO of Expos and Events. We're a convention and trade show management company, and I've been a member of Ed's Vistage Group for 2.5 years.
Who was a leadership mentor or role model who inspired you and why?
I have a friend now, but she has been a mentor for the last 7 years. She was a CEO of an event technology firm. She created in the basement when her second child was born, so typical in the garage, in the basement kind of company that grew to, I think about 18 million when she finally decided to sell. And over the last 7 years, she and I met. It started off once a month, then it went to once a week. She became a business mentor, inspiration, and it turns out we've become the best of friends now. Just because our life circumstances just very, very similar. But her acumen in business, the fact that she was a wife and a mother, all of those combined has made her an incredible business mentor to me.
What has surprised you about the current leadership role you have?
I think what's been the biggest surprising aspect is it's very little about numbers. I think if you had asked me 15 years ago what being a CEO was about, I thought it would be all numbers. And I realize that's very little of my job. Most of my job is overseeing people, delegating work to people, coaching people, people more than numbers.
What is your biggest leadership lesson learned?
I think the biggest thing that I've learned is the difference between delegating and abdicating. In the beginning, I was delegating better instead of abdicating, and I would almost say I was micromanaging a bit. Then the company grew really fast, and I hired what I thought were very experienced leaders for a lot higher compensation, and so I abdicated huge chunks of responsibility to them without checking in enough. And so learning the line between delegation and abdication is what the biggest leadership lesson I've learned.
What has been one of your best leadership decisions? Why and what was the impact?
So I always try to give people the opportunity to grow if I can. And I would sometimes give a little bit too much opportunity, so others would say, but to me it's enough because I've inspired loyalty and I've inspired people having that opportunity to grow and learn. It's not always worked out. I've had managers try to go to the next level of being a leader and they're not quite ready. They need more inspiration, but the people that I have very little turnover and incredible loyalty because they know I will always give them a chance to get to the next level if they want it.
What has been one of your worst business decisions? Why and what did it teach you?
I think I've learned this a lot in the last couple of years is clarification of scope. One of the aspects we do in our proposals is very customized because we do customized services. And by not clarifying scope, not doing a good job, it was a gray area and clients, the expectations were very different from what I said versus what they thought, or the language was not clear in the scope. And so they would get frustrated, I'd get frustrated, and there would be hard conversations with hurt feelings on both sides. So I think by now clarifying scope, making sure everybody understands their roles and responsibilities is by far the best thing that I've done now.
What excites you about the future of your company and business in general?
The part that's most exciting to me is right now I am a giant whale of a company in a tiny little puddle. The puddle consists of 1,500 companies that use certain event technology, and we are by far the best consultant and expert in this technology. This company, the one that has the technology that's a puddle, is growing constantly, and soon it will maybe be a small pond, not quite a puddle. And by being that giant whale, I will grow exponentially with them too. So that's very exciting because it takes away significant business development and marketing costs for me.
Do you have any advice for an aspiring entrepreneur?
If I was to go back and start from the beginning, the first thing I would do is join some sort of CE group, whether it's Vistage or there's lots of other ones out there. I happen to love Vistage, but by joining a group, you're not alone. and you see that a lot of people have the same problems, but you also see there's a pattern to small companies in their growth pattern. So when you're 100,000 versus a million versus 2 million, there are certain patterns that a lot of companies go through that you think you're making this up and you're all alone, and you're not. You're just one of many, many companies going through the same thing. So join a CEO advisory group as soon as you can.